Hello everyone, in this lecture you will learn if and nested if, and also you will learn how to write formulas such as this one, which is an AND formula inside an if formula. You will also learn how to change the colors using the conditional formatting according to the value of the cell. Let's dig in. Let's say that I have created a list that shows the subscribers and followers on Proxperty's multiple platforms. So first I have the name, and then I have like a questionnaire. Is this person a subscriber? Yes or no? Is he or she an Instagram follower? Yes or no? TikTok follower? Again, yes or no? And if he or she joined my mailing list, yes or no. And here I will add my function, my if function, to know if this person has answered yes for all of those platforms. I would say good job. If any of these is no, I would say ask them why. How can I fill this function? There are multiple ways, but let's start with the simple and the most basic if function to elaborate how we can use the if function. By the way, those are added in a drop list, and we did that through the data validation. If you are interested in knowing more about the data validation, you can go and check out my video about data validation, and the card should be passing through the screen, so you can click on it after completing this class, or you can go there and then come back and check out how we can do the if function and the nested if, and if with multiple formulas in it. So let's start with the simple if. Equals if this person answered yes in this cell, which is the YouTube subscriber. So if yes equals yes, and notice that I put the word yes in double quotations because this is how you tell Excel that this is a text. So if there's any text, you have to put it in double quotations. So if this cell, which is B2, equals yes, I want Excel to give me YouTube subscriber. Again, I put them in double quotation so Excel understand that this is a text. If not a YouTube subscriber. And we close the brackets. So now how many brackets we have? We have two. We open and close the brackets. So we have one statement. Why? Because we have one statement which is if. The if starts with the logical the logic itself, and then if that logic is met, what I want Excel to give me. If not, or otherwise, I want Excel to give me another result. So now, since this is yes, the status here is YouTube subscriber. If I change this to no, the status will be not a YouTube subscriber. There's a spelling mistake here. Don't worry about that. We can modify it anytime, just like that. So now we have done the first statement. So this is the if. Again, if means that I tell Excel, if specific logic is met, provide me with this result. Otherwise, provide me with other result. This is how you read the statement. If B2 equals yes, give me YouTube subscriber. Otherwise, or if not, give me not YouTube subscriber. And you can change the values if true or values if false the way you want. And you can put formulas inside there, which we will be doing in a minute. So this is basically the if statement. Let's change this by adding another if inside it, which is called nested if. So nested if by definition is more than one if statement in one function. So this is the first if statement. If this is true, if this is yes, give me YouTube subscriber. But I don't want that only. I don't want this condition only to be met. So if this is yes, Excel will jump to the value if true. And I want the value if true to be another value, which means if this is yes, and this equals yes, and this equals yes, and this equals yes, give me some result. So if B2 equals yes, what will Excel do? Jump to the value if true. So that value if true is a function. I want to add a function, an if close. So if this equals yes, and then another one, if this equals yes, and then another one, if this equals yes. Now what I want the result to be. I would say good job. Otherwise, ask why. And then I'll delete all of that. If B2 equals yes, what Excel will do, it will jump to the value of true. So what is the value of true for this if? Is if C2 is yes. So if this is true, it will jump here. So if this is true, it will jump here. If this is true, it will jump here. And the list goes on. What will happen if all of those are met? It will jump to this result, this value, which is good job. Otherwise, it will go to ask why. And now we can press enter and see the result. However, since we have more than one if, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 Fs. So we need to close each f. So we have how many brackets? 4. Because we have 4 functions, so we have 4 brackets to open and close. So now we can press enter. And the result here is good job, which means that all are listed as yes. Let's change this one to no. It will say ask why. Let's change this one to no. It will say false. If we don't put or give Excel a value if the logic is not met, by default it will give us false. Okay, so let's see the statement here. We're saying here if B2 equals yes, give me that. So what is the value if false? There's none. We did not put the value of false. We only put the value of false for this statement only. So technically, if we want this to be our result, if any of those is no, we need to copy it, and after each bracket, comma, paste, comma, paste, comma, paste. See? Why? Because now we're adding the value if false for each f. Before we didn't have it, it was empty. We have if B2 equals yes, and then this is the value if true. This is the value if false. Ask why. Then the second one, if this is equals yes, then this is the value if yes, and this is if false. Okay, you got the point? So now we have filled the values if yes and the values if false for each statement. Now, there is another way. First of all, let's copy the data validation to another cell. So Control C and paste special validating, Control D. Okay, so now we have the same. Let's just drag this here, and of course it will say ask why because there are no values here. So by default it means no. And just copy those. We have a no here. Let's keep it a yes. It says good job. Now I want to make multi-conditions. So I want all of those values to be filled with yes. So I will use the function and, meaning that, or let me translate it in English language. If this value and this value and this value and this value equals yes, give me good job. Otherwise, give me ask why. So all of them has to be yes for the if function logic to be true. How can we write that in Excel language? So before writing if, let's just write the and function. Okay, so and it will ask me for the first logic. So and this equals yes. Okay, now just to save some time, copy this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will change this to, instead of B3, it will be C3, D3, and E3. Then I will close the brackets. So now what do we have? We have if or and B3 equals yes, C3 equals yes, D3 equals yes, and E3 equals yes. Enter. This is true because all of the values are yes. So this and this and this and this values are yes. If I change one of them to no, this will give me false. So all of this formula I want to use inside the if statement to get the same result of this complicated formula. So let's take a copy of this function, delete it. We'll write an if function, and the logic of that if function is the one that we just created. So if all of those are yes, I want Excel to give me good job. Otherwise, give me ask why. When we close the brackets. So here's we have no, so it says ask why. Let's put the question mark. Oops. So if this is yes, it's giving me good job. Let's change this to yes as well. So it'll give me good job. Let's change this to no, ask why. Change this to no, ask why. So now I know that when I see the status here and see ask why, I will know that one of those, or this person, is either not subscribed to my YouTube, or not a follower on Instagram, not a follower on TikTok, or did not join my mailing list in www.proexpertise.com. If it says yes, meaning here good job, then I'll go back to this name. Let's just copy the same name. This name or this person is a good job here. So this person is a YouTube subscriber, an Instagram follower, a TikTok follower, and joined the Pro Expertise mailing list, which says good job. All right. You can spice things a little bit and put some conditional formatting to that. So when it says good job, the color of this cell should change to green, for example. And if it says ask why, maybe you can change it to red. So you can know that there's an alert here that someone is not a subscriber. So I want to follow up with him and see, or her, and see why. If there is any shortage that I am doing in my channels or pages or my website, I would like to know why in order for me to enhance it and be able to teach in a better way. So you guys can learn more. So I need some color coding. So to do that, basically it's just you highlight the cell and you say, for example, like this, conditional formatting, and then you go to new rule, format only cells that equal to, and say here ask why. Format the cell and make it fill red. Say okay and okay. So this will change to red. Select the same cells, conditional formatting, new rule, and go to equal to, good job, format, and change it to green, for example, and say okay. So now let's change this to no. This will be ask why. Let's change this to yes. This will be good job. In this example, if I have a huge list of people who want to know quickly to distinguish between them, I'll be able to know that just by looking at the color code. Green means good job, means they're subscribers and followers. Red means that one of these is missing. I can also add a filter here and just check the filter and just go to ask why, for example, and it will only show the people who are not subscribers or followers or did not join the mail list in my website. And if I change this to good job, it will show the other part of the list. So basically this is it. This is the if, nested if, and combination of if and and formulas. You can do the same multiple times. You have to practice and you have to use it, to be honest, in order to learn it. It's a bit complicated because it looks scary. I know that. But it will come in ease in the future if you keep using it, if you try to understand it, if you try to analyze it. And if you have any questions, if you still have any doubts, if you think that you did not understand it well, please leave me a comment down below and I will definitely explain it further. Maybe I'll upload another video as well. So thank you very much for watching, and make sure to subscribe and leave the notification bell on so you can know when I upload a new video, and therefore you can learn Excel like a professional. Thank you very much for watching, and stay productive and happy learning, everyone.